What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Weekly Indie Newcomer, the series where you and I hang out for a little while, take a look at an indie game that I've been playing over the course of the last week. This week, we're taking a look at Galacide, which is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up mixed with Dr. Mario-like matching mechanics, which turns out to be a pretty satisfying gameplay experience. If you wanted to check the game out after watching this video, you can get it down below. There's a link that goes straight to Steam. You can get the game for $9.99 from Puny Humans, or you can get it for $8.49 because it's on sale right now as of the time of the publishing of this video, and I have no doubt that as time goes along, Steam sales will take it lower and lower. So let's check the game out. I have been a fan of shoot-'em-ups my whole life, everything from Mercs to Dragon Spirit to, you name it, Space Harrier to whatever game you want to name out there, Viewpoint. I played a lot of shoot-'em-ups as a kid. I found them to be enjoyable. I shoved a lot of quarters into a lot of coin-op machines. So Galacide was kind of a trip back to my childhood, and honestly, it was kind of crazy how the muscle memory kicked back in. I would really recommend that you play this game with a controller. Playing it with the keyboard is alright. I rebound all the keys around, and I played it for about 2 hours with both control schemes, and my score like tripled when I started using a controller, just because old muscle memory, things that are ingrained from when I was like 6 years old, just kick back in. It just feels so much better with a controller too. So anyways, if you have a USB controller, you will probably enjoy this game a little bit more. It's totally playable with a keyboard. It's just that I really don't like playing any sort of game with lateral or horizontal movement, like Terraria, for example. Stuff like that where you gotta jump around and move and be very precise. I don't like doing it with a keyboard. I prefer to do it with a controller. So let's jump on into the game and check it out. This game is a score attack game. There's an endless mode. There's a puzzle mode. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do with it. There's a story mode if you wanted to go through it. It's got like a little brief, I suppose. It's got conversations in between NPCs. It's got a brief little storyline that you can run through if you want while you learn the game. But what I've been playing is endless play. I find this to be really satisfying, and it's got like a global leaderboard and all that kind of stuff if you're into that. Enjoyable little experience, so that's what we're going to do here today. The first run through, I'm going to take it very slow and explain how the game works to all of you, because there's some things here that are very intuitive, and then other things that it takes you a little while to latch onto. But it should only take me a couple minutes to explain how the game works. After that, it's mostly just trial and error and practice and getting better at the game. So anyways, if I die a lot during this this little front portion, just know I'm explaining, so I'm not really paying attention to the game anyways. I might make, you know, little examples. I might die as a result of one of the examples that I'm trying to give you when I put it in action. That's perfectly fine. This is not like a real playthrough. So let's play. Endless play. We gotta pick a difficulty, normal, hard, or expert. I play on normal just because I don't play shoot-'em-ups a lot. I used to play a lot of shoot-'em-ups, not anymore though, not in the last decade or so. It's got multiple difficulties. It does get considerably harder. You scroll a little bit faster, you gotta puzzle a little bit quicker, and you gotta shoot a little bit better. So just be aware, if you're a challenge junkie, you can get that here. I'm gonna play on normal for today's episode, just so the general user that doesn't play a lot of shmups will know what they're in for. Now we got to choose ourselves a ship. This game is also co-op if you wanted to jump in with other people. Pretty sweet stuff right there. I prefer the phase ship. It's actually kind of like the training wheels ship. The phase ship has like no HP. It dies from like one hit, but it's pretty much impossible to lose based on poor puzzling skills if you're playing the phase ship. As long as you kind of pay attention, you should be okay with the phase ship. You got the freighter, which you unlock each of these by killing different bosses. I haven't got the last ship out yet because I can't beat a certain level. I get stuck. But as of right here, I've got the phase ship. I like it the best. The freighter's alright. The freighter can pick up, there's like these little things. You know how in Dr. Mario you have pills? Well, basically he can pick up and save pills for later and also use them as an extra turret on top of his ship. Pretty cool stuff. Flies a little bit slower too, so everybody's got their own little stats in case you wanted to play the game in your own unique way. The mining ship is the default ship. This is the one that you get when you start the game off before you kill any bosses or do anything else. But there are 4 to select from right now, as I understand it. I would assume that later on they're either going to DLC more in, or they would probably add a few more, because I think this game is going to be well received by shoot-'em-up fans. This is actually one of the cleaner shoot-'em-ups I've played in the last year or two since I started covering indie games, so I will say that up front. So you basically know what I think about the game already. Let's just jump straight in. We're going to lose a dimension here and go straight on in. Endless playtime. So on my Xbox controller, the A button allows me to shoot my laser. The B button allows you to pick up, you see I picked that up right there? You can spit it out the back with the B button, which is pretty cool. These right here would be your pills. So that's a purple pill, that's a green pill, and then we got a yellow pill right there. When you kill these monsters, they drop the pills, and so that's how you get them out. You'll see over on this side, there is a wall that we're going to have to deal with. You make that happen by connecting 4. If you connect 4 or more, you create for yourself a door to go further to the right. These right here are bombs, and so you can shoot these at any location. It'll crack the whole thing open, just so you can see what that looks like. Fire that over to there, and then maybe put that in. I did not want that purple one on the backside right there. That's a little bit unfortunate. Let me pay attention a little bit better here because I don't want to die on the first wall. Go ahead and throw out a big old blue explosion right there. Everybody loves a blue explosion, right? Unless your dog's name. Oh, I upgraded my laser. As you connect combos, your gun gets better and better and better. Now, there is a caveat you can make. If you run, well, here, let me show you how this works. I gotta kill some mobs, though, first. So let's assume that I take one of these and I touch this with my nose. It then turns the one that I touch with my nose into the color as well. So you can actually convert colors, and you can force the map into a color of your choice if you can't get it to work, like if you just can't pull it together. Every ship has a special ability. This ship has a little vacuum that sucks in all the little bits. It doesn't seem like it would be that useful, but it's actually super useful. It's something that you should be leaning on pretty heavily. If you're going to take the time to play this ship, I would recommend it. I am not doing so well right now, largely because I'm conversating. Let's go ahead and convert that right there. Now, the final rule you have to be aware of for the application of your little scrap pills is that I want that one right there. There we go. Now that I got that one, I'm going to put you in right there, and that is not what I wanted out of here. That is also not what I wanted to do. I just screwed up handily. That is not good at all, but I should be able to fix this. If you have one and you're in between a chain right there, if you have one of the same color, you can act as a conduit. So if you go back and you watch that again anyways, now that we're past it, if you're in between, so let's say that I take this green one right here, I put that right there. I need to find a place to make this work so I can explain it. Well, let's say the purple one behind me right now was also teal. I would act as the link in between if I activated it right there. And so your ship can act as a link of the same color if you have one in your inventory for right now. So just keep that in mind as you play as well. It will dig you out of a nasty situation. You can increase your score by going to the right, which makes the game accelerate faster towards the next screen. And that is what you're trying to do, because that's going to be how you max out your score before you reach the end of the game. I'm going to take that yellow right there, put it on that side, kick out that purple, and throw in a teal right there. I do love this game quite a bit, actually. I'm really sort of cynical about shoot-'em-ups anymore, because I think I found what happens as you get older and older and older is that nostalgia takes over when it comes to the games of your youth, like Viewpoint. I played a lot of Space Harrier, for example. And so anyways, nostalgia takes over. I played a lot of Mercs, and you tend to tear down games that are modern based on the fact that they simply weren't made in the generation that those other games were made. And this game, I actually think, did a really, really good job of combining mechanics and genres and making it accessible and entertaining at the same time. I don't think I've ever played a game that has quite the mechanic that this one is spitting out. And honestly, as a huge Dr. Mario fan, which is basically what this game is, Tetris / Dr. Mario, you're not making lines, but you're just trying to make, Connect 4 type deals. Anyways, being a big Dr. Mario fan, I grew up playing that all over the place. I also played a lot of Dragon Spirit, and I played a ton of Mercs and Space Harrier. They combine the two genres really, really. There's the conduit right there, so I will technically be a yellow if I have one in my inventory right there, and I go in between the other blocks. I can show you again right here how it works. Conduited. And so there it is. Can I actually use that as a verb? As long as you're firing, you won't pick up any of the scrap that's going by you. So if you're trying to make sure that you only pick up the one that you want, you can manage that just by shooting your gun until you're right on top of the one that you desire. I need to convert this to a yellow, like right this second. I need to convert that maybe to a teal. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm going to use this bomb to break out. It's not going to get me that far, but oh well. I'm going to suck that in real fast. We'll put you right there. I need a yellow very, very badly. And ask, and ye shall receive maybe. Things are not looking so good right now. Things are not looking so good, but I think we can make this happen, Captain. Maybe. If I do something like that right there. Oh, I messed up. We're going to die. We all going to die. Scruffy ain't going to make it. So we're on this side. We need a yellow right this second. Unfortunately, my suction was not good enough to get it over here. I just don't suck as good as I used to, unfortunately. So we'll bring that back over here. If I could get a yellow, that would be great. This is one of the principal problems that I've actually run into, is sometimes you just cannot get the color that you want. There we go. That's the one that I needed right there. And now I need a teal. It's also very, very easy to hyper-focus in this game and totally screw yourself over. I need that right there. Needs to go to that side, because you've got to plan your moves a couple of colors in advance, and the game only gets harder from here. Like, the game is very, very challenging. One of the things I like about it is that it forces me to think. Oh, I got hit right there. So let me talk about the HUD real fast. The game forces me to think, and I like that. You got to plan 2 to 3 steps ahead. Top left-hand corner, that's how many lives you have. This game is old school in that respect, where you have a certain amount of lives to get the job done. If you squander them and you don't make it, well, that's all that you get. I haven't seen any extra lives along the way. I think you just sort of get what you get. I'll put in a green right there. Ooh, got a couple of yellows to play around with right there. I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't really have a plan for them right now. I'm going to throw... Oh, I messed up. I made some mistakes. I need a teal, like, right now. If you guys could... Oh, no. I'm hyper-focusing. Hold on. I'm hyper-focusing on that teal, and unfortunately, I need to come up with a new plan. And that plan still involves a teal. Where is a teal at? I need a teal, like, right now. No, I need that teal. There we no. Now I need a purple, or I could just use some bombs. That'll work too. That's perfectly fine. Bail me on out of jail with my poor playstyle. I don't mind. We'll destroy that right there. That's going to give us a bonus. It's going to make our laser cannon a little bit better. The gun on every ship is distinct, and so if you prefer a certain shooting style, you're going to like one ship over the other. For example, the stealth ship that I showed you, the one that has like no HP, that's like the training wheels craft, that one has kind of like a burst gun, just like Mega Man, where you can hang out and you can sort of just like charge it up and get the job done that way. The freighter has kind of an interesting mechanic where you pick up these little scrap modules right here, and instead of shooting them, what you can do, I've got a plan. I need that to happen right there. Unfortunately, I missed that bomb back there, but I'll take that one. That sounds good. I like that bomb. It's going to take care of it. Where else do you get to play around with bombs but Galacide? There's actually a lot of games. Bomberman, Zelda. Lots of games out there where you get to play around with bombs. I find the number one thing that kills me in this game, actually, all the time, is that I just don't pay attention. I need a teal so I can get this big-ass combo right there. Fantastic. That's the only thing that I wanted out of that. I would like you to come over here. The other ships, their special abilities, so the ghost ship can actually go through blocks for like 4 seconds at a time. It's pretty powerful, but the downside of that is that you don't accrue a score while you're in stealth mode. So that's 5 seconds where you're not actively scoring. And when the point of the game is to get the highest score, that's right, the point of this game is to score. That's the whole point of the game. And so anyways, if you're not scoring, technically you're sort of losing. And so that's the that's the balancing mechanic that they've got running right there. I'm going to throw that in. I'm going to throw that in. We've got a pretty good streak going right now. I'm going to try and get you. I want that yellow right there. That's what I really, really want. If I could mash out a teal right now, actually a yellow will work. I'll take that. That'll do it right there. And then I need a teal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's going to wipe out a big-ass lair. I would like to get rid of those yellows. I'm not very good at matching games, as you can tell. I'm actually playing pretty poorly right now. But I do like this game. In the bottom left-hand corner of the HUD, you'll actually see we're about to die. Yep, I think we did. Unless I can fire that. Oh, we dug ourselves out. That's good. And then we'll make a little hole right there. I'm actually going to take that. No, I don't want this. I wanted the bomb. Damn it. He was just grasping onto that bomb. He could not let it go. I'm sorry. He was just holding on to that teal. He just couldn't let it go. So I think I could probably... I just need to keep this nice and clean up in here. I'm going to try and grab that. I need to use my little suction gun more. There we go. That's what I needed. We'll fire that. Wow, this is getting a little bit intense right now. I'm going to connect those colors. I could use a yellow right there to make that happen, and then unfortunately I'm going to act as a conduit right there. I don't like being a conduit. Power flowing through me, not my thing. I'm a humble man. I don't need power or anything like that to be happy. Let's get rid of a yellow right there. Keep on comboing. I got a purple right here where I can act as a conduit right there. I need that teal, though. I want that teal, like, right this second. That'll wipe out, if you notice, these blocks right here seem to have, like, some kind of barricade around them. It means that that actually won't count if you connect a block to it. So if I connect a block to that one right there, it won't detonate the rest of the chain. You have to connect it to one of the other ones, and then once it detonates, it becomes conducive to destruction, I guess. Put that in right there. I could use a yellow. Oh, no, I messed up very, very badly. Did I? I didn't make it. I got killed. Unfortunately, that right there is where the ghost ship comes in handy, because you could just be like, zoof, and you can go straight through the wall. It makes like a zoof noise. That's the phonetic device that I have assigned to it. Just don't worry about it. I'm actually going to play a little bit slower from here on in, because I've been playing aggressively and kind of like going straight for the next map and deploying very, very deeply in. Instead, if you can time it just right, you can get it to like right here. Now, there are bosses in this game. I forgot to talk about the bottom left-hand corner HUD. So the big green bar is my health. You can take more than one hit, so it's not one of those super punishing shoot-'em-up games. But you probably don't want to take too many, because you will die. That other little bar that says EXP is exactly what it sounds like. It's experience points that we're accruing by connecting various chains. We just got whooped on super deep style. I don't know if I should have done that right there. That was a poor tactical decision. That little icon right there charges up our XP, just in case you wanted to have more. Give me more. Ooh, I'm going to connect. Conduited. There we go. That was probably a bad plan, but you know what? Not going to worry about it for right now. I'm going to go through right there. I was hoping that that was connected to more purples above the screen, but it was not. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to live with that decision. It was a bad decision, but it's one that I'm going to have to sit next to and basically smell for the rest of the bus ride. Buses are always smelly. You ever notice that? The bus always smells. I don't know. Every now and again, I got to jump on a public bus because I believe in public transit, but they are stinky, stinky vehicles. They have like a weird sort of like sweaty, I don't know, gym sock in the hot sun kind of smell, but it sounds like they tried to clean over it, but it didn't really clean. Like, It's got like a vague, not like formaldehyde smell, but it's got kind of like a very, very vague smell of cleanser. I don't know. That's what I always smell when I get on a bus. They're always gnarly. Let's go in here. I could use a yellow. I shot the guy for you. So he would give me yellow. There we go. I got yellow. I'm happy now. I need teal. That's going to get us through right there. Now I need purple. Can I act as a conduit right there? I'll act as one right here. I need that yellow. Ah, I needed that yellow like right now. Give me your yellow. Oh my god. I need that one right there. Otherwise, we ain't going to make it. I also need these purples once again, or we ain't going to make it. Grab that right there. Got a couple of colors going in. Not really the color that I need. A little bit trapped right now. A little bit trapped. Ah, let me out. Let me out. There it is. See, I knew we'd manage. I knew we would make it. You just got to stay positive for a little bit, unless you don't get a yellow when there's only yellow blocks. I didn't get a yellow right there. This game does seem like it has a little bit of like an RNG mechanic to it, where sometimes you just don't get the color that you need. And it's a little bit unfortunate. It happens to me all the time where like there's only yellow, like back there were only yellow blocks left. And unfortunately, you couldn't get yellow blocks. It's going to be the first boss. Not that difficult. You fight this same boss twice in a row, and then the third boss is different. But this boss comes back with like reinforcements, and he becomes more badass the more that you fight him. So later on, he adds a couple of different skills to his repertoire, actually. This one right here is funsies. Yay! Let's go ahead and see if we can avoid getting shot in the face for right now. I could use those little fuel things right there because I want to upgrade my weapon. I don't feel like dealing with him with a weak-ass weapon. Unfortunately, there's fire coming out our back end. We can infer one of two things from this. Either the ship is going to stop functioning, or the ship had Chipotle recently. Either way, not going to end well for us. We either have a stinky situation or an anoxic situation on our hands if we fall out of this ship. So I think I take the former over the latter. There we go. I'm going to try and get this trigger just right so that I have an optimal chance of getting this done. Positioning. Oh, I screwed that up badly. I screwed that up very badly. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to put you right there. I'm going to put you right there. That sounds good. I'm going to be a conduit right there. And if I could get a couple of these teals in here, it looks like I could definitely use a Lello in just a minute. That's what my sister used to call yellow when she was a baby. She'd call it Lello. I need that Lello right there. I'm trying to stay on theme right now. I don't know. Oh, I just screwed up badly. I needed that teal. I needed that teal really badly. It's okay, though, because we got a big chain right here. Got a bomb right there, so we should be able to make some form of headway. I'm going to try and suck that in real fast. Yup. I am amazing at sucking. At this game. Got to get your mind out of the gutter. At this game. Let's take that right there. Looking pretty good for the time. I think we need a Lello if I go up and over the top right there. I think we could also use a teal, which could be deployed right there. And then in taking another Lello, I need you to stop shooting at me right now because it's very distracting. If you could just cease and desist for a second. I need that yellow right now or we are going to perish. And I don't mean church. Ah, we're dead anyways. I saw that thing right at the last second. And so that's going to be our first play. We'll retry it. I'll give it another run and we'll try a different ship just so you can get a feel for the way that they play. Oh, I don't want that right there. I want to go back to the Stars' maps. Let's go look at the Stars' maps. All right. So now that we're on the Stars' maps, I'm going to do... Well, I guess we could do the Desert Ruins. I'll play it on normal. Play a different ship too just to test it on out. I will show you the Freighter. I don't play it very often, so I assume this will probably be a good learning experience for me anyways, now that we got it on camera. Is that a space station? So he shoots a little bit lower, but what he can do is if you hold on to this, I think he uses it as a weapon eventually. Now, the structured, like, story play is a little bit more like what you would expect from a shoot-'em-up. So if you're into shoot-'em-ups, the storyline play is actually going to have a lot more enemies and a lot less puzzling. You still puzzle, like you still work on destroying blocks and stuff like that, but it's going to be a lot more focused on just like dealing with foes and things of that nature, so just be aware. If you wanted to get that taken care of, that's going to be the mode that you want to play. You know what? I'm getting real tired of you shooting at me, so I'm going to destroy you. You're just having like a real shoot nanny right now, and I don't feel like dealing with a shoot nanny. So we need... I don't shoot nannies at all. I don't shoot anybody. In general, that's one of my rules that I follow. Don't shoot people. Probably a good plan. Oh, that thing was busting me in my face right there. Okay. I was wondering where that damage was coming from. We had a turret right in front of us. We had a severe case of turret syndrome, just really causing problems for us. I'm going to be a conduit right there to get rid of you, my friend. And where do I want to go from here? Oh, I don't know. Maybe over to here. Connect those bad boys. I focus too much on shooting. That's my problem. I enjoy the shooting far too much. There are a lot of projectiles firing at me right now. I'm going to use that to create a new turret for myself so that I can shoot better. We do have a lot of armor with this ship, so we can soak a couple of hits if we have to. I prefer not to soak any hits, but we'll make it work. We will make it work for us. I think we are at level 2 right now, which means that I can use some of these to amplify my gun power. There it is. So we can actually dedicate a few more of those to turret fire, which is pretty sweet. I'm actually having trouble focusing right now because I'm looking so much at the projectiles that they're firing at me that I can't pay attention to the matching sequence. This is becoming a very, very real problem. So what is... let's just deal with this now. I need you guys to, like, go the hell away. Just, I dedicated to the task, and unfortunately the task took me to task. There's way too many tasks in that sentence, so let's blow that up to give myself some space. Equip another turret real fast. I think we've got room right there. I've aimed improperly, so unfortunately I'm at the fire again. Got a teal on this side that I'm going to fire in right there for the combo. See if I can keep my guns up and blazing. Got that dude right there. Probably shoot you into there. Dedicate a couple of you back to turret duty. That's not what I wanted. That's unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. If I could get a teal out of here, that would be great. Go ahead and solve that right there for a little bit of an XP bonus. God, there are so many projectiles in this level. This is gnar. I don't like this at all. This is unfortunate. Oh, there's one behind me too. Bastard. You little bastard. Okay, so we got weapons level 2 now. It means I can take one of those and turn it into another turret. I'm going to convert you. I need that right there. Looks great to me, and that basically ensures that I'm probably not going to have to worry about solving any puzzles for a little while. Just going to focus on dodging bombs for right now and hoping that I don't die horrifically. This job is stressful, by the way. Who fills out a job application to do this? Because at the beginning they talk about how you're like a new recruit. Like, who does this right here? First and foremost, you're signing up to lose a dimension. If I signed up for any job that made one dimensionality disappear, I'd be like, whoa, what has gone wrong here? This is an odd situation, and I'm not really sure how to fix it. I want to keep my combo going if you're wondering why I'm still solving instead of just, like, plunging ahead and trying to get the hell up out of here. There we go. Now we're moving again. Off to the future. Alright, so we got another debris field in front of us. But yeah, who signs up for this job? This job is a terrible plan. There's no way you're walking away from this one without at least losing an eyebrow. Let's go ahead and destroy a few more of these little guys. See if I can fish out a yellow here, because that's all that I want. Fish out. Actually, that'll work right there. I'll convert that. That's how we do it. If I could get a yellow, I would dearly enjoy... Or a bomb. That works too. Hell yeah. I guess you could say that that situation was the bomb if you wanted to take this back to... I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try anyways. Oh, it does work. Okay, so I had those pegged wrong. They do something different that I don't understand and don't have the mental capacity for. Apparently, we fortified our core storage. Oh, we're at level 3. That's why. Okay, so let's put that back up in there so that I can fire even more projectiles. As you can see, all of the little cores that are behind me, they're now firing bullets. It's one of the cool things about the freighter. It has a ton of HP, and it is really, really good at shooting bullets. So if you want to have something that unleashes the DACA, this is probably the ship for you. Oh, man, I shouldn't mess with that anymore. I am going to kill you very, very quickly, and then I'm going to open that on up. I'm going to get rid of that right there. I'm going to grab a bomb. Boom. I'm going to keep my combo going right there. It looks like the next thing we're going to need, we may have to reassemble some of this a little bit. Oh, that's right. They can't be converted. That's what it means. It can't be converted. So anyways, we're going to have to do this the hard way, unfortunately. I've got to find a hole, and there it is. I'm always good at finding holes. There it is. I found a hole. I put my core inside of it, and life is now better momentarily, I guess. I'm going to be a conduit, right? Oh, that doesn't work. I guess you can't be a conduit vertically. So I'm going to have to improvise right there with the huge amount of yellow cores that they gave me. That would suck to be a yellow core. Everybody would be like, I bet he's yellow. And I'd be like, well, yeah, chromatically. I mean, I don't see how that affects my cowardice or bravery, though. I mean, it seems like a little bit much. I figure, I'm yellow, but I don't act like it, you know? Calm down. Calm down. I'm going to... Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. That is not what I wanted to happen. We are moving really quickly right now. We might need to slow this down slightly. Conduit, and I'm just going to have to get shot right there. Oh, I dodged it. That's pretty cool. Can I destroy that turret right there? Because I want to go through here, and I don't want to get blown up anymore. I hate being blown up. It's one of the things I aspire to avoid. Destroy you very quickly. There's another one back in over there that I'm going to try and get rid of so that as I go through here, I am really just trying to fish out a teal core right now so that I can do this. And it is not giving me one. I am dedicated to the task, though. I don't give up. I will crash this ship to death if you don't give me the color that I want because I hyper-focus too much. I could also use, yeah, that'll do it right there too. Ooh, almost got me. Alright, almost got me. I gotta be a little bit more spry. Oh, you're gonna fire one right down that corridor, are you? That's cool. Feel free to fire at my corridor if you want. I mean, I might get angry at you after a while, but, you know, whatever. Let's accelerate a little bit. I think... I'm trying to decide what color. Oh, I think we could just weave our way through there. We don't even need to worry about it. Hooray! The maneuvers are becoming much more intelligent. You don't say. Well, what I'm going to do for right now is I think we're actually at a really, really suitable spot. I'm going to hit you guys up with what I like and don't like about this game, although hint, hint, nudge, nudge. The second half is not going to have a whole lot of things because I think this game is remarkably clean, and I could actually see this game doing very, very well back in the day when coin-op shoot-em-ups were like the shit, and that's what everybody played at the arcade. Though regardless of how bad I am at the game, I have to admit that this is a really solid shoot-em-up side-scroller. When it comes to games from that genre, I think there are a few key attributes that a game needs to have in order to pass muster. First, it needs to control well, and Galacide passes that test with flying colors. I suppose you could say that it literally passes with flying colors given the setting of the game and the way you manipulate colors, but whatever. Movement feels silky smooth, and it is natural with a controller, and I've never felt like I've died due to poor responsiveness. Second, a shoot-em-up needs a hook. Every shoot-em-up tries to mix up the genre in a different way, but I feel like Galacide really, really nails it down with its seamless melding of the puzzle and shooter genres. It couldn't have been an easy task to mash together puzzle and shoot-em-up, but the way that they've married Bust-A-Move with Dr. Mario with Danmaku side-scrolling action is actually really quite exquisite. The player is constantly tempted to neglect either the puzzle or action gameplay in order to favor the other half of the game, but proper, successful play really does sort of require adequate attention to both aspects. And lastly, I've always felt like tight visuals and smooth frame rates will heavily benefit the genre, as well as sometimes it can be small pixel differences in between you dodging a ball or getting hit by a laser. It's important, and so once again, Galacide does pretty well right there. It feels both modern and retro simultaneously. As I said earlier, I could see young me dumping huge amounts of quarters into this game in a Neo Geo cabinet, simply based on how well the game is executed. Each ship fills a focused function, allowing the player to focus more heavily on whatever aspect of the game he or she likes best, and with a fantastic soundtrack setting the background and well-designed gameplay, I'm pretty ashamed to admit that I almost skipped Galacide simply because I get so many terrible shoot-em-ups in my inbox. Like, seriously, this is a genre that is just filled with bad games, but I'm really glad that I decided to sit down and give it a couple of afternoons because it really took me back to my quarter-stacking arcade years. This is a super solid title, and actually I'm proud to say that it should be in every shoot-em-up fan's arsenal. And while some people might be turned off by its incorporation of puzzles into the mix, it manages to do so in a way which both pays homage to its roots and manages to do something unique, which I feel is no easy task in a genre that's so old and solidified. If you like Galacide here today and you wanted to take my words to heart, you can purchase the game down below for $9.99. I believe that at the time of this publishing, it should be 15% off. I'm sure it'll go up on discount later on. Congratulations to Puny Humans for making a game that is very, very satisfying. I enjoyed the hell out of this one. Check it out, everybody. I will see you all later. This is Weekly Indie Newcomer. My name is Splattercat. Happy to present here for you today, Galacide. I'll see you all next time.